your licensed professional teacher, and welcome to BLEPT Review 2025. For this morning, we are going to review a session featuring speech and theater arts. I am Teacher Hever, your review instructor for today. I prepared here a 10 items multiple choice questions. You may get a piece of paper and a pen to answer. You only have 10 seconds to answer the questions. Afterwards, we will reveal the correct answer and explain those distractors in the questions. Are you ready? Okay, let's begin. Okay, question number one. Barriers to communication that are concerned with faulty words or translation problems. Is it A, psychological barrier? Is it B, organizational barrier? Letter C, semantic barrier? Or letter D, personal barrier? You only have 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. The correct answer is letter C, semantic barrier. This barrier occurs when there is a misunderstanding of the meaning of the word or symbol used. It is more about encoding and decoding of the message. So why is it not psychological, organizational, or personal barrier? Because psychological barrier, it focuses on the mental and emotional state of the individuals involved, while the organizational barrier, it is refers to the obstruction which can take place due to strict organizational structure. Lastly, the personal barrier, these are the hindrances from the personal reasons of both the sender and the receiver. Okay, question number two. Principle in speech delivery that refers to how the speaker pronounces or enunciate the words. Letter A, modulation. Letter B, pronunciation or articulation. Letter C, stage presence. Or letter D, gesture and facial expressions. You only have 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Okay, time's up. The correct answer is letter B, pronunciation or articulation. When we say pronunciation or articulation, it directly deals with accuracy of the sounds and stress patterns of the words. Aside from that, it also concerns the clarity and distinctness of the sounds produced. So why is it not modulation? Because modulation refers to the variation in the speaker's voice, including the pitch, the volume, and rate. Then, next one, a stage presence is it encompasses the overall demeanor on stage, including the posture, the movements, and even connection with the audience. Lastly is the gesture and the facial expressions. So, these are the nonverbal cues that enhance the message without speaking of the words. So this structure it is not connected with the question. Okay, question number 3. Guidelines for writing a good speech where your audience should take this home with them after listening to you. Letter A, central message. Letter B, purpose or reasons for speaking. Letter C, stage presence. Or letter D, gesture and facial expressions. You only have 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. The correct answer is letter A, central message. So when we were writing a good speech, your speech must have a central message where the audience or your audience can use this for their daily lives. So why is it not letter B, purpose or reason for speaking? Because purpose or reason for speaking is focuses on why you will give a talk. In writing a good speech, you must have a purpose or a reason to speak, trying to persuade your audience or sharing information or knowledge to your audience. Okay, next one is the stage presence. Same same as like what I've said earlier. Now it focuses on the whom will you speak to and what they can learn from you. Okay, gesture and facial expressions. This is not part of the guidelines, but these are the nonverbal cues that enhance the message without speaking of the words. Okay, number four. For him, communication is not linear but dynamic. Is it A, Aristotle? Is it B, Wilbur Schramm? Letter C, Shannon and Weaver? Or letter D, Frank Dance? You only have 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Three. Okay, the correct answer is letter D, Frank Dance. He proposed the helix model of communication in 1967, a spiral cone shape that emphasized the communication is dynamic, meaning there is a constant change. So why is it not Aristotle? So because he was the proponent of the Aristotle model of communication, a linear model focused on the speaker's message and audience. While letter B, Wilbur Schramm, he is the one who proposed the Wilbur Schramm model of communication that also portrays the communication as more of a circular process with feedback. Lastly is Shannon and Weber. The proponents of the Shannon and Weber's model of communication primarily concerned with the transmission of information and the concept of noise. Okay, number five. What is the other term for the word sender? Letter A, source. Letter B, message. Letter C, environment. Or letter C, D, again, sorry, interference. You only have 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Okay, time's up. The correct answer is A, source. So they are the one who carries the information or the message. So this is the correct the other term for sender. Why is it not B? Because message is the thoughts of the source that shares with the receiver or audience. Next one is environment because environment is the space where to send and receive the message. Lastly, we have this interference, also called a noise, will block or changes the intended meaning of the message. Okay, number six. Your friend is excited about their recent trip, sharing stunning views, delicious meals, and fun experience while checking your reactions. You're nodding and expanding with comment like that sounds amazing. What type of listening is this? Comprehensive listening for letter A, letter B, critical listening, letter C, appreciative listening, or letter D, empathic listening. You only have 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Okay, time's up. The correct answer is appreciative listening. So, you can totally expect the listener to nod, smile, and say things like, wow, that sounds awesome. Or I can just imagine. It is clearly they really enjoy hearing their friends travel tales. So why is it not comprehensive listening? Because the goal of the listener here is trying to co- focus or concentrate after getting the information. The listener wants to comprehend the message they get from the speaker. Next one is the critical listening. So in here, the listener goal is looking for the message content and judging its validity. Lastly is the empathic listening. Here, the listener's goal here is to understand the speaker's perspective and feelings. It is not just about hearing their words, it is also about putting your shoe to their situation and trying to understand their emotions. Okay, 7. Sarah has received a major promotion, bringing new responsibility and a salary increase. While she's thrilled out the challenges ahead, she has some concerns about failing in her new role. Based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which level is Sarah aiming to fulfill despite her recent success? Is it A. Self-actualization? Letter B. Self-esteem? Letter C. Love and belonging? Letter D. Safety and security. You only have 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Okay, time's up. The correct answer is B. Self-esteem. So, in Maslow hierarchy of needs suggests that individuals try to satisfy needs in a hierarchical order. In Sarah's promotion addresses aspects that can contribute to self-esteem, such as recognition and achievement. However, her persistent insecurities and worries about her abilities indicate that her self-esteem needs feeling competent, respected, and having self-confidence are not yet fully satisfied, despite the external validation of the promotions. So why is it not self-actualization, even though self-actualization has connection on it? Because this is the highest level of Maslow hierarchy of needs. It involves realizing one's full potential, seeking for growth, and having a sense of purpose. This might also have contribute to Sarah's promotion, but the situation here is addresses the lack of confidence, insecurities, worries about messing up in her new position. Next one is the love and belonging. In this level, is needed for connection, intimacy, and sense of belonging to a group. This level is not primarily concerned about Sarah's promotion and also social connection. Lastly, we have the safety and security. And this level, the goal of this is the basic needs of an individual: physical or emotional safety and stability. In the situation, there is no indication of threat to Sarah's physical safety. Okay, number 8. Below are the tips for building self confidence. Which of these choices is not part of tips for building self confidence? Letter A. Think of your insecurities. Letter B. Talk positively to yourself. Letter C. Think and congratulate yourself. Or letter D. Look at what you have made or accomplished. You only have 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. The correct answer is think of your insecurities. Thinking about your insecurities tends to decrease your self confidence rather than build it. So, the distractors here are part of the building of self confidence. First one, letter B, is talk positively to yourself. This is part of building up self-confidence. This involves using positive affirmation and self-talk to counter negative thoughts. Second one is think and congratulate yourself. Also a part of building self-confidence that involves acknowledging yourself no matter how small it is. And lastly, look what you have made or accomplished. Also, a part of building self confidence, this involves reviewing your past achievements, completed tasks, etc. That can boost your belief in yourself. Okay, question number 9. This speech is intended to educate the audience on a particular subject. Letter A, persuasive speech. Letter B, entertaining speech. Letter C, motivational speech. Or letter D, informative speech. You only have 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Okay, time's up. The correct answer is informative speech. In informative speech, it shares the info to help the others grasp the concepts and ideas being discussed. During an informative speech, the speaker explains or show examples or goes into a detail about a topic. Okay? Why is it not persuasive speech? Because persuasive speech is seeks to convince the audience to adopt a certain viewpoint or take a specific action. While letter B, the entertaining speech, this speech is primarily intends to amuse the audience. And lastly, the motivational speech is inspire and encourage the audience. And now we're on the last question. Okay, types of informative speech focuses on clarifying an issue or subject through concrete illustrations and example. Is it letter A, explanatory speech? Letter B, descriptive speech? Letter C, definition speech? Or letter D, demonstration speech? You only have 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Okay, the correct answer is explanatory speech. In this speech, it aims to clarify an issue or subject through concrete illustration and example. For example, the speaker is talking about the process of photosynthesis, and the speaker provides some visual aids and such to provide concrete illustrations of the process of photosynthesis. So why is it not descriptive? Because descriptive is the aim of this speech is, excuse me, is to create a vivid images or pictures in the audience mind. So, for example, the speaker is talk about the northern lights of or what we call the aurora borealis. The speaker will talk about the visual appearance and the setting of a the aurora borealis itself. No, it creates a vivid pictures or images in the audience mind. Next one is letter C, the definition speech. So why is it not definition speech? Because the goal of this speech is to educate the audience about its meaning, theory, or philosophy to that particular topic. For example, a speaker may define something by giving its synonyms or antonyms, etymology, etc. So, next one is the demonstration speech. The goal of this speech is to explain or illustrate how something is done. Example, the chef gives a demonstration speech about a food recipe to an audience on how to cook an adobo perfectly. That's, that would be all, future educators. Thank you.